Hello and welcome to The Philosopher's Angle, your daily French philosophical take on the news headlines. This is an AI-generated podcast based directly on the writings of the philosophers discussed, but like all AI, it can make mistakes. In the news today, October 21st, 2024, tech moguls like Elon Musk are increasingly involved in U.S. politics, with some supporting Donald Trump's campaign. The tech industry's growing influence has led to a shift in their political engagement, with companies and individuals investing heavily in election campaigns. Cryptocurrency companies have sunk over $100 million into super PACs supporting crypto-friendly candidates, aiming to influence House and Senate elections rather than the presidency. This newfound political now is a departure from the industry's previous apolitical stance, reflecting its growing awareness of the impact of politics on its interests. Commentary inspired by the writings of Bernard Stiegler. The politicization of technology, a threat to human flourishing? As tech moguls like Elon Musk become increasingly entangled in the web of U.S. politics, it has become abundantly clear that technology is no longer a neutral instrument, but a potent force that shapes our relationships with others and with ourselves. This phenomenon challenges traditional notions of technological neutrality and highlights the need for a more sophisticated understanding of the relationship between technology and society. At its core, the question of technology is not just about machines or tools, but about the very essence of humanity. As Bernard Stiegler so incisively observes in Technics and Time 1, The Fault of Epimetheus, technology has become an integral part of our existence, shaping our experiences, interactions, and ultimately, our sense of self. This profound insight underscores the need for a more critical evaluation of the impact of technology on human flourishing. The news story reveals that tech companies are now investing heavily in election campaigns, with cryptocurrency companies pouring over $100 million into super PACs supporting crypto-friendly candidates. This sudden interest in politics is not merely a benevolent attempt to shape policy, but rather a calculated move to influence the trajectory of technological progress and ensure its alignment with corporate interests. This is precisely where Stiegler's concept of technogenesis comes into play. The relationship between humans and technology is one of coevolution, where each shapes the other in complex ways. As we become increasingly dependent on technology, it begins to shape our desires, values, and aspirations. Conversely, human agency also influences the development and deployment of technology. This dialectical process underscores the need for a more nuanced understanding of the interplay between humans and technology. However, this co-evolutionary dynamic is often hijacked by powerful interests that seek to exploit technological advancements for their own gain. The tech industry's growing influence in politics is a manifestation of this phenomenon. As Stiegler notes in For a New Critique of Political Economy, technology is not just a tool, but a vector of power that shapes our relationships with others and with ourselves. This means that the interests driving technological progress are often at odds with human flourishing. In this context, the involvement of tech moguls like Elon Musk in politics becomes particularly problematic. While their influence may seem benevolent on the surface, it is ultimately driven by a desire to shape policy in ways that benefit their corporate interests. This raises fundamental questions about the nature of democracy and the role of technology in shaping our collective future. As we navigate this complex landscape, it is essential to critically evaluate the impact of technology on human flourishing. We must ask ourselves, what kind of world do we want to create? One where technology serves human interests, or one where human interests are subordinated to technological progress? Ultimately, the politicization of technology presents a profound threat to human flourishing. As Stiegler so eloquently puts it in What Makes Life Worth Living, on pharmacology, the relationship between humans and technology is one of co-evolution, but this dynamic can either empower or enslave us. It is our responsibility to ensure that technological progress serves humanity, rather than the other way around. In conclusion, the news story reveals a disturbing trend where tech moguls are increasingly influencing politics to serve their corporate interests. This phenomenon underscores the need for a more nuanced understanding of the relationship between technology and society. As Bernard Stiegler's work so incisively observes, technology is not just a tool, but a vector of power that shapes our relationships with others and with ourselves. It is our responsibility to critically evaluate the impact of technology on human flourishing and ensure that technological progress serves humanity rather than the other way around. Thank you for listening to today's episode of The Philosopher's Angle. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another reflective take on the day's news.